Zai versus Chamvary. Me versus me. Because it's two sides. No, there's actually three sides to me. What do you mean by thank you for saying that? How many sides of me do you know?
5.
Alright, which ones? Tell us, it's here.
There's Chamvary, there's Rumbi, there's my CJ, and then there's Manoa Gogo.
And then there's Achira. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna be chopping it up with him for the next few minutes. Hey, big shout out Freeman Sly, HKD boss.
I just released my album recently and you're already stealing my idea. You want?
You're an inspiration. That's the thing. That's the point. You're inspiring
now
me.
You can move forward. I've given you the permission.
You've given me the permission. Okay. So what do you think my biography should be called? Should it be called Rumbi versus Chamvary or Me versus Me version 2? Inspired by Freeman. We must add the tagline.
Rumbi versus Chamvary.
I think that would sound really nice. So Rumbi versus Chamvary. Alright, so we're going to be chopping it up with him. He's got a brand new album that is out. I'm sure you guys have been streaming it. One thing I will say though is this guy over the years, the love that his fans have for him has transcended beyond just artist and fans, right? It's more of artists and family. Do you think I'm right? Freeman?
Very correct.
Artists and family.
Yeah, they are just part of my family.
They're no longer just your fans.
Yeah, straight up.
All right, so we're going to talk about that and more with the HKD boss. But right now we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back with the conversation. Freeman coming through. Now, Freeman, we had a conversation here the other day where we were talking about the big 5 in Zimbabwe. When it comes to promoters booking the artists that they know, surefire, your name kept popping up. Now, when you hear about the big 5 being discussed in streets and what, as an artist, big 5 someone arungomanya his own race.
I wouldn't believe I'm now a big brand. But now
Big 5 route or Tindirimo.
I am there.
You see, that's what it's all about, the confidence.
Plus, I'm a soccer fan, so I always tell you something related to soccer. Artists are not booked. JP is booked, soccer is booked, soccer. And there are some of the artists who are not even booked. I'm going to soccer players when I watch Tamba Bora. Like, Tambira, Kuchim Kwakati, you're always in the first 11. If there is an initial team to be picked, definitely you'll be picked because we are participating like almost now and then. So I got 2-3 years. Uzana hit song. My promoter wanna go throw now. What is it?
Varukupisa. Don't tweet. Let's go for the 2020 news headlines. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. 0772-168-045. Go ahead and send us your questions that you have for the HKD boss. Send a voice note as well. Please try and keep your voice notes short so that we can play as many as we can before he leaves. All right, so early on, just before the break, he was talking about how there's always a starting 11. As an artist, you have a starting 11. And Freeman has been very, very frequent. When it comes to traveling, you've been traveling around the world. You've been on posters almost every weekend, performing, showing that you are that guy that promoters need to have on their lineup in order for a successful show. However, when it comes to this festival, the HKD festival Yakaitwa on Saturday, it looks more like where you wakaratidza simba rako on another scale, considering that it was a day that almost turned bleak. Mvura yatanga kunaya. Did you have any doubts, any pressure?
You would pray in almost every tongues. What's about to happen now in these days? But I trust me, the thing went well. It was properly planned. But in the camp, you know, you wouldn't be thinking about Los Angeles Chichi comment section the next day.
Yeah.
But you know how people would definitely react.
So when you got on stage or when you got to the venue and you found the venue packed and people had umbrellas.
I was shocked, you know. This support is just amazing. But when I was at my apartment there, text her, umfana would offer. So then I would sit down, but
a few years ago, Wizkid came to Zimbabwe. The show was heavily promoted. People bought tickets to go to this Wizkid show. Mvurando Vayanaya. Wizkid decided not to go on stage. If you had been told that venue haina kuzara, a handful of people have shown up, would you still have gone to perform in the rain?
Because this was my thing. I was gonna perform definitely. Yeah, always getting the good. I think I should go. Now promoter up your Maria Saka.
And on
this one I was gonna perform. I was gonna be there for a show. Watch your friends away.
Enjoy. Now, when it comes to this album, it's called Me Versus Me. Over the years, you have given us some interesting names for your album. We've had Gango, we've had Top Striker, we've had Robbery, we've had Mastachaka Wanda. When it comes to this album, why does it sound like it's more personal than Mamwe Ese? With Robbery, I felt like you were trying to say good Aiwaga inini ndinogona kuto roa Robbery industry in terms of getting the fans and she owner the industry. Gango was a mixture of you experimenting with sounds. We also had Babashiro on that album. When it also comes to the Freeman and Friends, was you and people that you get along with in the industry that you vibe with on that album. What is the significance of Me Versus Me?
Alright, Me Versus Me is just all about Freeman HKD boss, Mr. Rice, talked on my guitar. It's all about myself.
It's a personal album.
I'm not looking what's being done by the next person. No, I'm just trying to upgrade myself. Two sides of the same coin, but celebrating my growth as well, embracing my flaws, but going up and taza where I made mistakes. I need to pick up myself and move on. Plus, when I see Chamvary in life, I've learned that life is the most difficult exam. That's why a lot of people fail because they try to copy each other, not knowing that we are different. We like everybody's just given a different question paper.
All right.
So once you start to look at it, I will tell you what to start.
All right, so we're going to take another break, and then when we come back, we're going to discuss this one about Me Versus Me, that the failures and copying, why not copying, why it's very personal to you. We're coming back to that straight after this. All right, we're back. It's just 11 minutes before the news comes through at 2 p.m. We've got Freeman, the HKD boss, in the studio. The album Me Versus Me is now out on all streaming platforms. Earlier on, you were talking about how it's about... after self-introspection. While studies say, okay, ndakawina because ndakaita so. Ndakaita my loss. When it comes to some of the losses that you've experienced that you are addressing in this album, what would you count them as? It's
not about specifically it's not about this album only. It's all about my life journey, where I've been, where I'm coming from, what I've gone through, what I've managed, what I've failed, all those areas that I've made errors. Nobody, I need to pick up myself and move on again. I don't want to compete with anyone. I'm my own competition, because I just realized that if you compete with people, sometimes you end up bitter. But if you just continuously compete with yourself, you become better. So it's all about me being better than the person who I was like last year or yesterday
or your previous album.
Yeah.
All right. So. And when it comes to acknowledging the feedback that you get from your fans, because when it comes to the wins come because my fans are okay, let's not call them your fans, your family. So when it comes to you also getting negative feedback, off air comment section, how it can be very toxic sometimes. How do you balance kuti comment just because
this has nothing to do with music now. It seems like it's personal. Like what happened last week. Both of the Gariba issue. they know this is just too personal. Someone could have just someone could come and say, it's like dog miss one. Then someone would come and say, hi boy munu beni anabasa you as I go chichi either. I don't go what they want to go music then
exactly, would have come this far.
So there's some people know that a certain artist wasingadi kuti the next artist ends out here. If you do something good, I was accepted. But I'm going to artist so this is Jaira. So I just respect those people who share the same respect with me.
Looking at the Kariba issue, this fan was thrown off the stage in my bouncer. You kept singing, and in that moment, you then put out a statement the following day, and you're like, I don't know what to do because I was actually in shock. But at the end of the day, these were not my bouncers. Maybe I could have done more, but they were not my bouncers, right?
But I was supposed to have stopped them though. But honestly, it
was too quick.
It was too quick, and in I was still in shock because King man but they were the power. I was like, I couldn't.
Oh no, that is this.
It was just my first song on stage. So in my bonds offer. Then they were like, who's defender, but I'm supposed to go.
That's another thing. I actually thought that.
You were but I didn't do so, but I don't think that lamenting harm. He just did that out of love.
But Freeman, we need to be realistic. When it comes to shows, safety counts, and anything can happen to you on stage. You're supposed to embrace this person. And you never know, anything can happen. But at the end of the day, I do like what you said, Kuti. If the bouncers were supposed to stop him, but not throw him off the stage, they could have taken him down.
They just avoided it.
You then brought him to your album launch.
After when I was done with the show, I tried to look for him, but I didn't find him. So I then went through my sources. I called him King. So sorry negative. I big fan but I was still. Toners when festival then then we organized everything via find out show my pictures. So then we are okay, and he's here, but he's not talking to me because I didn't king the biggest artist.
So is this relationship with this guy going to continue? It was just PR for this stage. Zvokuti next time uri kukariba uchamushedzawo futi tongompo VIP seat tongoyo sezvo mari kuziyana zvokudaro.
If I go there, definitely I would do that. I would definitely do that. Uzona chiri Chamvary mane ndo varungu edu kwa varungu vakasakusho tunoimbirana hapana. So the way he was treated nini has to balance, but ndakazoona kuti it was too late. I could have done something to zvimire but
all right. Yeah. So let's talk about also when it comes to the festival. Festival album launch because last year takaita album launch. This year takati festival. Vamutatane confusion saka kuchabuda album ere. Mpatazonzot ayo akudine album. So what's the difference between a festival, what you had, and the album launch that you did last year?
Okay, a festival should be happening for more than a day. That's how it's supposed to be like. Ngoti to that nazozvikwanisa. And inofanira kutanga maskati, a lot of activities, just more than music. But it's also we're not sure about it. This is my first edition, so we are still learning to do a proper festival. But I hope.
So why did you call it festival then?
Because I want it to be like that yearly.
Okay.
It's not like I still want to do that, so we are still learning. Could it be a proper festival? We take Friday or Saturday, maybe. Yeah.
All right. While we're still there, you did talk about some of your highs and lows. You're an artist who generally keeps to himself, tries to stay away from the drama and the noise. However, sometime last year, your name ended up being embroiled in some unsavory situations throughout all these years. As an artist, be honest, how did this make you feel? However, people are very quick to run. This could be the truth. I think I'm because Topa, I just think magalisi wayo.
Zvinenganiswa zvova zvotonangana.
Zvotonangana. You know to put that 2 per 6 plus 6.
After all, I'm a human being. I don't disturb, I don't want to lie. Because it's not easy trying to prove yourself out there.
To conclude,
and once something has been said on top of someone who is famous, you want to choke. When the Freeman Akabashigero Mbaba, you want to Akatoba. Even so, yeah, I was questioned. None of them, but still they were doing their work.
Saka, is it clear Kumapuri, or is something that you cannot talk about?
It's very clear. I was never involved in any conspiracy, Chamvary, or in any kind of shady deals. No, that's not me.
So you can firmly confirm kuti ndakachene is kwane mapurisa.
The state ruler. Straight up.
Okay, before we go, also there's a situation that's happening with Daure Shewe and Tinashe Mtarisi, the big boss at Nash. So they're both your friends. I mean, Tinashe Mkoma wako, you've worked together so many times. You even did the Ngaibake video. With Daure, you've done songs together, and he was once under your stable. Where does this leave you? Where does this leave you as the artist, as the HKD boss, which is the two people that you care about?
I might not be okay with it, but I think they are brothers. They will just settle their differences. Yeah. I don't know what transpired. But I just believe now.
So you're going to be the big brother and just be like, or is it something that you do?
And I've just seen all these stories on social media. None of them talk to me about it. So I don't want to be like, what is it for? One of them. So then I'll just give them my 2 cents.
So you said Daure is still part of HKD?
Daure is now Daure Shewe. Daure came to me and I think I need to grow. That's what he told me. I need to go out there and stand on my feet and do my own thing. I was like, no, no problem. You know what I say?
Yeah.
You know it. But besides him being independent, he's still my young brother. Even on this project that I did, he's the one who made one of my tracks, the Zomakis on the Akagazra beat. He's still helping me to write some of the lyrics per album. We are still working together. I've got one of his projects which is not yet unreleased, which is not yet released to be out, I think, next year. We did together, so we are still family.
All right. Michelle, you said what?
We tour with him.
You tour with him,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, we are always with him.
All right. So we've run out of time, but thank you so much for coming through to answer these questions. Also to just give us a bit of an insight into what Me Versus Me is all about. What words do you have to say to the fans, to the ones that are on the fence, not sure if they like you or not, to the ones who don't like you at all? What do you have to say to them?
But that's always supposed to be like, who am I to be loved by everybody?
Yeah, you're not money.
And but I just want to appreciate the love that I've been given by my family. It's no longer my friends. Yeah, their support is just unwavering from day one. Especially per festival, Papa. I was shocked. When I played my new songs, they were singing along as if
the day before.
I was shocked. That's how much they like their artists. I really appreciate. May God bless. May God continue blessing you. Never talk about the Freeman album launch. They could have bought sugar and but they managed and they sacrificed their time to come and support.
What I like about you, you appreciate your fans.
Yeah, this is.
You understand what it takes to buy a ticket.
Yeah, straight up.
All right, before we go, Manager Mishi, how can we get the album? What do we need to look out for?
The album is out. Stream it. It's across all streaming sites. We recently released a video for track number 4 titled Wenyama, so please do check that out on Freeman's YouTube channel. And please continue streaming and request Panaba Panaba. Please keep requesting.
Today the Z Top 40 on Saturday. So.
Yes, we want Tender to check us on that playlist, please.
All right, so thank you so much, Freeman, for hanging out with us. We are done for the day. love, peace, and happiness from me, the lunchtime rocker Chamvary. I'd have loved to play my favorite song from Me Versus Me, but we gotta go. So stand by for Miss Red coming through between 2 and 6 p.m.